Hi there, Physics Alice. Mr. Rains here. Let's talk a little bit about temperature. In thermodynamics, we talk about a set of particles called a system. That system is going to have particles moving around. And remember what the energy of movement is. It's kinetic energy. Let's take a look at this. Kinetic energy is equal to mass times velocity squared divided by 2. Now, in a particles, the mass is not going to matter to the kinetic energy because it's so tiny. What really matters is this velocity squared, right? If I have just a little bit of speed, I'm going to have a huge kinetic energy because I'm squaring that velocity. When we're looking at temperature, temperature is equal to the average of all of those kinetic energies of particles. So those particles are moving around like crazy, or they're just kind of vibrating in place. The average of all that kinetic energy gives us a temperature. So when we look at Fahrenheit or Celsius or even Kelvin, that number or that value is just telling us what is the average kinetic energy of all the particles in the substance. This should make sense to you. If you have a low temperature, then you have a low velocity of particles. Solids are going to be just vibrating in place. Their kinetic energy is very small. A liquid is a little bigger. Gas is very big. And so when we look at a high temperature, we would have a high velocity of particles. So that should make sense to you. Now, as you're transferring energy, and we'll talk about heat in the next video, that's the transfer of energy from one system to another, or from an environment to a system, or back from the system to the environment. As we do that, as we take energy in, we increase the velocity of particles. If we give energy off, we decrease the velocity of particles. I hope that makes sense to you. If you got any questions, please reach out to me.